Hello everyone, my name is MrNJersey and welcome to my channel. In this video we are back with the next episode of the survival series here in Stormworks version 1. Now we ended the last episode off where we went and delivered a few people over to the hospital island here and went back to our boat, and I actually saved the episode. However, when I loaded it up today, our boat seems to have disappeared. I don't know why, but yeah, it's disappeared. Along with that, all of our money has disappeared that we spent on the boat. So there's not really any way for me to get that back unless I start doing missions, and I don't have enough money at the moment to actually carry on doing any missions. So it kind of makes this whole save unplayable. So my theory, at least now, is going in and starting a new save. I am going to credit myself with the same amount of money, considering that the new career mode doesn't really have progression to it. So it just means you build, you buy islands and you build creations to do missions. So I'm going to start a new save with the same amount of money. I'm also going to get access to some of the new missions that we've gotten added in the last few weeks, like delivery missions and a few other things. And the AI ship should also be in now, which would be pretty cool. So I'm going to start a new mission, and I've got a little surprise for you guys also at the same time.
A few moments later.
Alright, so I've just gone and started a brand new save here, and I've actually chosen the North Harbour as a perfect starting point, considering it's got a dock and it's also got a train station. Now, obviously in the last couple of episodes we've built our small boat and we've built our large boat, and we've done a couple of rescue missions, and we seem to get a lot of the same things, which are, firefighting missions, deliver people to hospital and things like that. So what I was thinking is, because I had to start a new save in any case, why not change the survival series up a little bit and do something a little bit different I haven't really done before. So I'm going to focus this second part of the survival series on actually hauling cargo and seeing if it's going to be a profitable way to make a living here in the survival series in career mode. Obviously at all the docks we have these containers that we can ship around, and you get a decent amount of money. What, 2,000 for this one, 4,000 for this one. So if you can manage to transport a lot of these around the world of Stormworks, you can make a lot of money. So imagine 10 of these, that's 40,000 in one trip. So what I want to do is I want to build a few creations. Obviously we need a train to transport it from port to port. We'll need some flatbed trailers for the back of the train to load these on. So that's something else we need to build. And the third thing we're going to build is obviously something to transport these containers around the dock. Now I don't want to use anything I've built already. I've got some finished creations I could use, and I've got some half finished ones I could use also. But I want to build everything brand new for this. So we're going to build 3 different creations: the flatbeds, the train, and also something to move this cargo around. So let's start off the episode by building that little vehicle to move things around. I don't want to do anything too big. I want to make it really compact and very efficient, that we can just load up onto a train. So I'm going to use the train build area here. I'm going to start a brand new creation. Let's go and start by building something. So we're going to go with something like that, maybe for size. Let's go and do some wheels. Let's go with 3x3 wheels. Yeah, why not? That looks a little big for my liking, so maybe about there. Yeah, that looks about fine. Let's just go and fill this in. We will of course go and change the size and things later on, but I think for now we can leave it like that. So we're going to go with that. We're going to have the cab here. So what if we were to do maybe something, let's go a little bit more forwards. Yeah, about there should be fine. Let's go there, and then maybe there, and let's go back to about there. Yeah, that should be fine. Close that all in, close that all in. We can get a driving seat in here also. So if I was to delete pretty much all these blocks here, let's get a seat, and we should be able to get a driving seat in here relatively easily. Cool. So that's a seat that we've gotten there now. Great. So far we're looking pretty cool. Very weird design. I know, something very different from what I usually do, but I think it's going to look once we got everything, I think it will look quite cool. I want to delete that front part there, and let's see, can I put something like that maybe? Something, yeah, let's do. Don't want to spend too much time on the aesthetics, but I also want it to look cool at the same time. We can probably go with some design here in the front. So we could even do kind of like a rounded design. Let's see how that might look. So let's go with 1x2 wedge. It's almost kind of like a golf cart, but for moving containers around the world of Stormworks. Cool, so that will be great. At the back here we could do 1x2. Let's just spawn then and let's see how that might look. So you can see this very compact, really small. At the back here we're going to have a rail system that I can use to lift up and down. I think would work quite well too. Something like that, and then we'll get some rails in there. So let's go and find some rails. So we can use the simple linear track bases, get those in there, get 2 of them, why not, just in case we need some extra lifting power. Get that in there, cool. And then you can imagine that this is going to come out like so. I think that's big enough. Let's get an electrical connector. And well, actually what we could do is, what if we've got some pivots on here too, and then went out 1. I think that should be enough. We might have to decrease or increase that by 1. I can't remember the exact size. So that will theoretically, yeah, I think we need to go down by 1. So then that will lower down and I can rotate it and pick up a container and then move forwards. Actually, I want to get some suspension, I think, also here. So let's see if I can get suspension in. I should have enough space to do it. Oh, we can do a 3x3 suspension block. Yeah, that means I can just go over some bumps and things if I need to. We can clear out most of the space that we have inside this creation now. The next thing we need is, can I delete some of these blocks? I can, cool. Okay, so that will give us even more space. There's some space there for us, and there's some space there. Cool. Okay, you can imagine that in the front here, we could even, if we wanted to, we could angle that like so, and we can put some lights there. So grab my lights, wherever they are, spotlights. I'm just going to search for it. So let's get some spotlights in, and we can do 2 little spotlights over there. So you can see it's a very small creation. It's literally just going to buzz around and pick up cargo, or hopefully at least. Cool. So let's carry on from there. So the next thing we want to do is we're going to need some batteries and things, so we can get the batteries here in the front of the creation eventually. Yeah, there's plenty of space there in the front to work with. Can I go forward 1? Yeah, I can, cool. And can I delete that? I can too, cool. So quite a lot of space to work with. We can even delete that and just put some detailing in terms of like that. Just, it won't do anything, but it'll just be there for fun. Cool. So electrical engines, we might as well get, let's do electrical engine, and we can get, let's say 3 of those. We can get them right here, nice and close, and we're going to get them all connected up. We're going to take symmetry mode off, and we're going to go there. Yeah, so we're going to go down across, and then we're going to use this part here for gearboxes. So we're going to get 2 gearboxes. I think will be more than adequate for this creation. So we're going to face it towards there, and we're going to get another one. So then all that's left is just to connect this up here at the rear. And that means that all of our wheels should be connected. Perfect. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is get an engine in here. This is how we're going to recharge the actual batteries that we're going to use to power the electrical engines. Something like that I think will be fine. It's going to obviously expose it a little bit, but it shouldn't really worry too much. Okay, cool. Now that we've got that in, we can delete some of this off, and we can obviously start connecting everything up. We also need to worry about getting gearboxes and generators in there for that other engine, so I might actually have to get rid of those 2 fuel tanks that I just added there. Okay, so we're going to come out of this, and that would again bring us to there. Okay, not ideal, but I guess we could work with that somehow. Okay, so let's get a... I'm kind of running out of space. Let's get rid of some of these fuel tanks. I don't need all of those. We also have quite a lot of space. Oh, we've got a lot of space down here that we could use. So if we were somehow to get this down and across, that could work to our advantage, but we just need to get it down and across. The only problem is we have to get past all of these things. And there's not really much space to maneuver around in here. I'm going to put that fuel back in. And how could I get through here? I can't come on this side because we have this axle here. Okay, so the only thing I can think of is if I was to delete this, and do a T-piece over here, and just try and make use of the space here, and rotate this round, rotate that round like that, and delete this one fuel tank here. That then should give me enough space to get that pipe across and in. So if we were to do down, cross, and then possibly down one more. There we go. And then across. Perfect. So that gives us enough space. We can do gearbox. And we can face that towards the engine. So let's do... There we go. Face that towards the engine. We can get another one in facing towards the engine. Cool. And then we can get some electrical motors. So this looks like a perfect space to put some. We can just get along here. I don't know how many we're going to need, to be honest. Let's just do 3 of generators. Let's put 3 generators in here. So we'll do 1, 2, and 3. So that should be fine. Jenny. We also need to get some batteries in here at some point. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, cool. So that's a lot of gearboxes for creation this side. Let's get some batteries. So do we have any space? We have some space here. I guess we could do 3 batteries along. We can do 4 batteries. Okay, so that pretty much takes care of everything. Obviously, there's not really any flaw to this creation, but that's fine for what we're using this for. I don't think we really need a flaw, to be fair. We are going to need a whole bunch of microprocessors and things, so I'm thinking of covering this back end with microprocessors. I think they'll be quite useful. We also need a camera at some stage. I'm just going to cover this all up with detailing. When I mean detailing, I mean some wedge blocks and some things like that. We can get some lights here at the back maybe. So 2 lights. One can be for reverse and one can be for braking. What else do we need? That's pretty much about it. I guess we can get some flip switches and some dials in here. One for battery, I guess. So if we were to disable that and do that and grab a flip switch, actually a relay, no, breaker, circuit breaker to turn obviously the power on and off when we need it. I don't really care about speed and things. I don't care how fast this creation is going or how slow it's going, so I'm not going to be adding that. I could actually add another battery here. Wherever you find space in these creations for things, you stick them. So we've got that. We have our battery like that. So we're going to put this 0 to 1. Pretty straightforward. Flip switch is going to be for power. We will need an invert for the wheels. So wherever I can literally fill and fit in, we got all the space here. Fantastic. So let's go with invert there. We can also get a clamp for the speed because I don't want to go too quickly considering this is a port vehicle. So we have the invert and we have the clamp, which is great. What else do we need? Don't think we need anything else. I guess we could use a threshold gate for the reverse and brakes. Yeah, I don't really need anything for brakes. We will need some type of generator controller. I think I have one. Yeah, I do. Cool. So I'm going to use this one, and it's a little big. I don't think I need all the nodes. I don't need data route, so I'm going to get rid of data route and just make this a little bit smaller. Cool. So that is much smaller now. We could put it over here, I guess. We could even fit it just over there if it really wants to. I'm more inclined to use it as the roof, or part of the roof at least, kind of like this, because that way it doesn't look so obvious that you have a microcontroller stuck at the back. We can close all this in a late stage also, could put glass or something on top of it. Cool, so we've got my controller, we've got everything. I think we have everything we need, to be honest. Let's start connecting things. Let's spawn it for the first time. Let's see if this is gonna work. So flip switch on. Cool, it's a pity I can't see third person, so I can't really see what I'm doing there, so I'm gonna have to add a camera. Let's see how it drives. Yeah, that's driving pretty well. It's not going too fast. It is going fast, but not super fast. So I'm pretty happy with that. Battery seems like it's fine also. I want to run it around a bit and just see if I can drop that battery down and see if the generator is going to work. And then go and fire it up. Cool, and you can see it's recharging, which is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. Spotlights are working, handbrake is working. So this is pretty much all done. The last thing I want to do is get a display. And this is going to allow us to see behind us, just there, which could be absolutely perfect. I'd like to get maybe one more in, but that should be fine for now. So let's use a HUD, and then I guess what we could do is just maybe, if we were to do something like that, and just get a camera and face a camera facing down. It does look a little weird. I might change that. And put maybe some piping or something just to make it look a little different. Something like that could be pretty cool, because that will hopefully then allow us to see everything we need to see. Where's the video? It's going to go there. See if that works. Oh, I need to turn the monitor on, don't I? Let's just go and... what can we use? So let's go to number 3 and let's call this rear camera. Toggle, perfect, and it's gonna go number 3 for the display. Great, so that should work. Jump in the seat, 3. Some power might help. There we go. Yeah, and I can see the rear, which is great. So that should allow us. Now, let's actually do our first test. Quite hard. Yeah, that looks great. Let's rotate around here. Go backwards a bit. Yeah, we might need to go a little bit more forwards. Yeah, so let's go a little forwards more. Cool. You can still see out the back, which is pretty cool by just rotating my head. I could probably add another camera on here just to see, or I could rotate this one a bit because it's quite hard to obviously see where you're going. So I might add another screen on somewhere. That looks almost perfect. We can even make this remote controllable. Okay, so like when we get to here, we could get the handbrake on, and then we can lower this down, and then rotate it like that, and handbrake off, reverse a bit. Cool. Handbrake on. Jump out. Yeah, it's almost connected, which is great. Let's just make sure we got the bottom connectors on and activated. So you can see that's connected. Okay, so I do need to extend that by 1. You can see it's kind of broken off there. Temperature mode on. Electrical connector. Number 1, 2, and then delete that off. I'm also going to go into here and make these a little bit stronger. And same thing goes with this, a little bit stronger. Let's go and get the power on again. Let's go and bring it in, see if we can lift it. It might work, it might not, but we'll find out in a few seconds. So we'll bring it around here, stick it into reverse. Yeah, reverse. Reverse should automatically connect itself. There we go. Cool, let's get our rear camera on. Let's lift it up. Okay, so that should be lifted. And there we go. We can now move this around and drag it pretty much. I might want to add some more weight in the front though. Let's get the handbrake on. We'll have a look at this. Yeah, we can add a little more weight in there. But it definitely is capable. Handbrake off. Yeah, I can definitely lift things. So, because all we need to do is bring cargo from there, theoretically, onto this area. So if we can climb over here, which it looks like it's no problem did, we need to add more. We definitely need to add more weight in the front. Let's do another attempt here. Let's see if we can just lift this up. Let's get a rear view camera on. I'm going to reverse into this. Cool. So that looks like we are connected. Yeah, we are. Let's see, do we need to go up or down? There we go. So that should be connected to us now. Yep. You can see that weight in the front really did help, because now we can actually move it. And we can easily bring it onto the area here where we can imagine the train would be. We'll get the handbrake on. We would then go and disconnect them. Cool. And then we can handbrake off, drive off, go get the next container. And that's actually going to stay there now because I'm cool. I'm happy with that. Let's just go and make a few small changes. So we ended up deleting that, so I'm going to put that back. What else did I want to do? I think we can do some paint work on this creation now, considering it's more or less done. Cool. Let's spawn it. I just want to see how it looks, actually. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Very weird looking design, I think, but serves its purpose. We can even change the color here at the back. We can add some white in here, maybe. What if we were to do, let me see if I can try to add some white in here, make it look a little bit cooler. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Very different design. Nice and compact. Battery will last hopefully forever on this thing, considering we've got the handbrake and stuff. So yeah, so that is the first part of this new project that we're trying to do. I might actually just change this front end and maybe just place it with that. Yeah, that looks better. And fix that. Cool. So yeah, so that's the first part of this new project. You guys let me know what you think of it in the comments below. The next part I think I'm going to do is build the flatbed trailers that we will use to actually go and move things around with. I actually want to check how much this cost us. Oh, okay, that cost us quite 20 grand. Wow, that's like the same as the whole boat. Cool. So the next thing is to do some flatbed trailers, and then actually to build the train itself. We've got about 180k left, which should be enough, I think, to build like 3 trailers plus a train. I'm hoping, at least. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this one. I can always go and jump back onto some more rescue stuff. We just need to go and spawn the boat and do some rescue missions. But I think this is quite an interesting and cool thing of a survival series, is to maybe look at doing, you know, fuel deliveries and container and cargo deliveries as a valuable source of income here in Stormworks. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments below, as I said earlier. And until the next one, I'll see you very soon.